Count one. They got him for the highest charge.
Thank you so much. Ironically, her hat fell right over her eyes, and she held it over her eyes the entire time until she was able to move back and go back like she's wiping her eyes. Watch how fast she comes out of tears. Tell us the truth! All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your man, Book of AlphaRonomy, a.k.a. Dr. B.O.A. Yep, I got time today. I didn't really keep up with the Megan Thee Stallion, TORY LANEZ case. Honestly, I didn't. People send me clips to talk about. And just like I do everything else, you send me a clip, I look at the clip, I may research it a bit just to make sure I have proper context. Then I talk about it. I don't do a deep dive on these things, man, because, I didn't want to look at that trial considering that there wasn't much evidence to pinpoint this man the way most cases like that are filled with evidence. But now I've found two clips, one of Megan Thee Stallion responding to the verdict and one of Kelsey describing how easy it is to get so drunk that you forget what happened. And I put those two together, and you know what I realized? I think maybe Megan really believes TORY shot her. But I know for a fact Kelsey knows the truth. And I think Megan and TORY were just so drunk that they really don't remember what happened. And so the one person who was sober, who's used to being in a drunken stupor, could tell that she could take advantage of this situation and make both of them believe whatever she wanted to believe. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's true, but when y'all listen to these clips, I want y'all to tell me how true y'all believe it is. But first, let's hear a woman talk about just how realistic it is for a woman to make an emotional decision that would destroy your life if you're dealing with the wrong kind of women. Y'all peep game.
I know I be on here cracking jokes from time to time, but this is not one of those times. Quite frankly, I am hilarious, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, fellas, listen. Sun's out. Okay? Sun's out, buns out. So what I'm saying that to say, this is not the season to be tricked out of your position. Okay, you see a woman, she's attractive, whatever, and you are growing, you are building, you are elevating, you are chasing your purpose as you should. I love that for you. But listen to me, most women are one emotional decision away from destroying your life. Okay, so analyze this woman, and I mean this so much. If you don't think you gotta listen to women, if you don't believe nothing else I say, right? During the conversation with this woman, just pay attention, shut up and just listen for a minute. If she is vindictive, if she is manipulative, if she likes get back, if she hates every single one of her exes that she's ever been with, right? Or she tells you how all her friends are trash, everybody's hating on her. I promise you, from the bottom of my soul, you will be the next victim. And you think that I'm playing, but if someone possesses those characteristic traits, they have an envious spirit, a mean spirit, a vindictive spirit, you will be the next victim. You ain't all of that. Like, you might be really him, but I'm saying to a person who is built like that, you will be the next victim. Now, of course, everybody's nice to you in the honeymoon phase, so she might be, she simultaneously gashes you up, but she's putting down everybody else. It is only because you are serving her a purpose in that moment. Oh, saying that to say this, if this is your season, you're on it. You doing what you're supposed to do. I'm telling you, do not be tricked out of your position this season for no body type, for no coochie cat, none of that. Stay hungry, never thirsty.
Now, what you heard, man, is a woman who described Megan Thee Stallion to a T. Whenever she's with a man, she's big up in that man. She's all booed up with him. But if you listen to the music she releases at the same time, all she's doing is dogging every man she's been with. Talking crazy about every man who she could potentially be with. But the man she's with is the most amazing thing ever, right? That's a person whose life is filled with trauma. Filled with trauma. Absolute trauma. And trauma brings drama. Anytime a woman has nothing but negative things to say about the people from her past, whether it's her family, whether it's her friends, whether it's the people she's been in relationships with, that woman has an issue, and that issue is called lack of accountability. And so when you hear that woman described that, you're like, wait a minute. So if Megan was with this guy, before, when she was with Partisan Fontaine, he was the most amazing guy ever. When she wasn't with him no more, he was just that ninja. When you listen to her music and hear her talk about what she'll do to a man, how she'll take his money, how she'll drain his pockets, and how she'll do all of that, and how she'll make him do this, and how she'll take advantage of him, and how she'll, especially she likes short dudes, man, the baby. TORY LANEZ. Man, what she gonna do with those little guys? She gonna do something to them, because she a big old woman. She a big old woman, man. Megan Thee Stallion was 6 footer, and she ain't no skinny girl. So she's a big woman. And 9 times out of 10, A woman that size has some issues from her past. Maybe she thought she was prettier than she was and she got treated like she wasn't pretty. Maybe she's had problems with her height. When you're that tall, when you're young, you're a big gangly girl. That ain't a nice place to be. Now she can confidently talk about she's a stallion. But when you 14, 15 and you the tallest, one of the tallest people in your school, you look gangly and lanky and all of that. But that explains why maybe she has this thing where she gets slurred. Maybe she has this thing where she, as confident as she sounds in her music and she's always wearing these liberated clothes, maybe deep down inside, this is just a little girl crying out to be heard, to be loved, to be appreciated, to be respected, to not be neglected. All of the things she didn't get when she was young. And that's how she ended up being friends with a broad like Kelsey. Now you look at Kelsey. First thing about her, look at all that weave, look at all that ink on her sleeve. First thing, any woman that's like this is ratchet. You find me a woman with ink all over her body, she's ratchet. Don't let her fool you like she's not. She can play the game like she's not, but I'm telling you, if you cross her, you're liable to get shot. No pun intended. But let's listen to her describe what it's like to be in a drunken stupor. And also, she's going to say something very telling about what happened to her since that night. Peep game.
You know, you obviously know more of who she is than possibly even she knows when it comes to that, because a lot of us don't recognize our demons. You know,
Yeah.
we kind of try to push it under the rug, like, oh, I'm not really like this.
Right.
That's only when I
drink, right?
You
and
know,
you have to have. It takes to be able to have the ability to recognize those things. You know, I'm so thankful that I was able to see that. I want to say maybe 2 times after that night, I got drunk out of being emotional, right? And I think it was my birthday. My birthday was a month after that incident, and maybe one more time. And I'm like, nah, this can't keep happening. You know what I'm saying?
Not the same.
You get so drunk, you turn into this different person. You wake up.
What she was about to say, you get so drunk, you turn into this different person. You wake up the next morning and you don't even remember what happened. Listen, brothers, listen. There's 2 times in my life I've been drunk. Both of those times, the one thing I remember, I don't remember how I made it home. Maybe 2 times after that night, she got drunk. Why? Because she remembers how that night was controlled because of the inebriation of the people involved. But now, you remember at the beginning, they were talking about how drunk Megan gets, how she knows Megan better than anybody else when in that situation, because when you drunk like that, you don't know what the situation is. So that just goes to show, he just said it and she admitted, yes, you don't know who you are. So Megan probably had no idea what the hell happened that night. She just assumed that since Tory the dude, Tory the one that put the iron on her. She just can't imagine her friend did it. It had to be the dude. Now, let's watch this clip of Megan's shock. Let's watch this clip of her shock, feigned shock, and fake tears after she heard the Tory's conviction.
Count 1. They got him for the highest charges.
What's up? What's up? Thank you so much.
Ironically, her hat fell right over her eyes and she held it over her eyes the entire time until she was able to move back and go back like she's wiping her eyes. Watch how fast she comes out of tears and listen to the things she says. That kind of leads me to believe that at some point she figured out the truth and just kept it going. Peep game.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Like, goddamn. Oh, shit. If I ain't never think it was a God before, I know.
Now listen to what you just heard. Thank God, GD. If I didn't think there was a God before, I know that MF'er up there now. If you don't believe in God, this ain't got nothing to do with you. You can, that's the end of the video for you. But for those of us who don't believe in God, who know God, we understand that this is a godless woman talking. She just admitted, I didn't believe in God But now, I know that MF up there now. So when you think about it, dog, how you know he up there now? Because of this? Let me tell y'all something, brothers. A woman will ruin your life because of her emotional responses to things. A woman will ruin your life because of her fear of being exposed. A woman will ruin your life to save her reputation. And just like when asked by Gayle King, the woman said, no, I did not have an intimate relationship with TORY LANEZ. We look at it and we say, what did you now? Come to find out, she did. Come to find out, so did Kelsey. Come to find out, it was exposed that night. Come to find out, they got into a fight about it. Come to find out, TORY shot Megan, or so they say. But let me tell you something. As a man, I want y'all to comment down below and tell me, when have you ever had two women fighting over you and you wasn't so much in your alpha pimp energy that you wasn't no violence coming from you? You were so super laid back enjoying the moment that there's no way you had no violence in you. You was too cool. It's an amazing thing to watch two women battling, not even necessarily a physical fight, but two women openly, publicly competing for your affection. Many men have not felt that. But once you experience that, you start to view yourself differently when it comes to women. And at no point are you going to say, well, I like her more than you, so I'm going to put that iron on you. Nope. You like them both at that moment equally, because they have combined their efforts to make you feel like the most important man in the world. So I believe Kelsey's bodyguard and driver when he says there's no way that TORY did this, because I heard this woman say that it wasn't him. The DNA shows it wasn't him. And now a witness says it wasn't him. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist. Y'all let me know, man, if y'all agree with my quote-unquote conspiracy theory down low in the comments. And also remember, if you lay down with hood rat bras, you got to pay a hood rat fee. Either you're going to pay it with your money or you're going to pay it when they try something funny. And ain't nothing funny about that man being locked behind that wall. Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click the notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this prism of the ism. And as always, Alpha's up, Beta's down. Peace.